What's going on, everyone? This is going to be my review of the Sideshow premium format Venom figure. This is not the most recent Venom. This is actually the Venom that came out around 5 years ago. It is long since sold out. You can find them on eBay for $500 to $1,000. But yeah, let's get right into it. So right off the bat, this is actually the first larger scale statue, that being quarter scale, third scale, fifth scale, that I actually was somewhat disappointed with. And I'll get into that later in the review. I've actually sold this recently. If you were to take this statue just based on the sculpt of the head and the figure alone, and you didn't think about the base or the paint application, I think this would be a 10 out of 10 figure. When I think of Venom, I think of a large, hulking, monstrous creature, and this premium format captures that more than anything. Any of the other figures. The arms of this thing is are so large, and that's why I included this clip right here. So I really liked the presence, the size, and even the pose of this figure, even though the pose kind of obstructs the logo. The head sculpt was also, I was a huge fan of the head sculpt and that large tongue. The paint in the mouth was really good. It seems like the paint scheme from the mouth was designed differently than the rest of the figure, to be honest. Here's a clip showing the paint scheme on that logo. I think it's really crisp and clean. So where you start getting into grievances that I had, when you look at the base by itself, it looks really cool. But frankly, there's too much going on, and it interferes with the look of this figure. Also, that green color is just so off-putting to me, and your eye is immediately drawn to that green instead of the figure itself, which is black and has some more faded blue hues on it. And there's a lot of cool Easter eggs in the base, like there's Green Goblin's glider, and there's an Oscorp sign. But it's just too much for me. And the green is so bright, it almost looks like a foam latex for like special effects, and to me that looks cheap. It's kind of like tapered weird too. It's rounded on the edge. It's not something I like at all. This is my least favorite base on a statue that I've ever had. And I don't know if this is just because I like things simple or because I don't like the color, but my personal opinion was this base was way interfered with the figure. This clip kind of shows the paint application. In the comics, Venom's blue and has a kind of blue hue to him, purpley blue, and they try to capture that here. I personally do not like this. I think it's too flat. I think it looks like it was painted on. I think it doesn't look like it was part of the figure. I think it would have looked better without it. I'm not a fan of the blue. There's also, as you'll see later, there's no switch out for where he's not holding Spider-Man's mask. So you have blue, green, and red, three primary colors. Sorry, not primary colors, but in the RGB color scheme, you have all three of those colors that are conflicting together. It really bothers me. I really noticed it. It's cool that he's holding Spider-Man's mask, but I would have much preferred without it. Again, it's just another thing that conflicts with the color of the base. It's just too much going on. So that was kind of a negative review. I do like this figure more than I dislike it. It's just the first one that I personally was disappointed with, and that won't be in my permanent collection. So, thanks for watching. I've included some footage of just the figure on a turntable to close out the video. So yeah, thank you. And if you have any advice for me, don't hesitate to leave it below. Bye-bye.